man named Job. He was a good man who feared God and stayed away from evil. Job had a large family of 7 sons and 3 daughters and was very rich. He owned 7,000 sheep, 3,000 camels, 500 teams of oxen, 500 female donkeys, and employed many servants. He was, in fact, the richest man in that entire area. His sons used to take turns hosting parties in their homes, always inviting their 3 sisters to join them in their merrymaking. When the parties were over, Job would get up early in the morning and sacrifice a burnt offering for each of his children, thinking maybe one of them sinned by defying God inwardly. Job made it a habit making sacrifices for sin for his children. One day, as the angels came to present themselves before the Lord, Satan, the accuser, came with them. God singled out Satan and asked, "What have you been up to?" Satan replied, "Going here and there, checking things out on earth." God said to Satan, "Have you noticed my friend Job? There's no one quite like him, honest and true to his word, totally devoted to God and hating evil." Satan retorted, "So do you think Job does all that out of the sheer goodness of his heart? Why, no one ever had it so good. You pamper him like a pet, make sure nothing bad ever happens to him or his family or his possessions, blessing everything he does. He can't lose." Satan then asked, "But what do you think would happen if you reached down and took away everything that is his? He'd curse you right to your face, that's what." The Lord replied to Satan, "You may do anything you like with his wealth, but don't harm him physically." So Satan went away, and sure enough, not long afterwards, when Job's sons and daughters were dining at the oldest brother's house, tragedy struck. A messenger rushed to Job's home with this news: "Your oxen were plowing, with the donkeys feeding beside them. Suddenly the Sabeans raided us, drove away the animals, and killed all the farmhands except me. I am the only one left." While this messenger was still speaking, another arrived with more bad news. "The fire of God has fallen from heaven and burned up your sheep and all the herdsmen, and I alone have escaped to tell you." Before this messenger finished, yet another messenger rushed in. "3 bands of Chaldeans have driven off your camels and killed your servants, and I alone have escaped to tell you." As he was still speaking, another arrived to say, "Your sons and daughters were feasting in their oldest brother's home, when suddenly a mighty wind swept in from the desert and engulfed the house so that the roof fell in on them, and all are dead, and I alone escaped to tell you." Job got to his feet, ripped his robe, shaved his head, then fell to the ground and worshipped. "Naked I came from my mother's womb, naked will return to the earth. The Lord gave me everything I had, and they were his to take away. Blessed be the name of the Lord." In all of the Job did not sin, nor curse God as Satan wanted him to do. Give yourself to pure worship to God, just for who he is.